don't
I
mind
think that I want to talk about this. I think that Alex Atkins is not acknowledged enough in the college football landscape
He's not.
for how good of an offense coordinator he is. I mean, for the results that they had last year to step up the way that they did last season, I think is really telling to his offensive development as a play caller, as an offensive coordinator, just as an offensive coach.
Right.
Florida State is who they are, is not because of Mike Norvell solely. I give a lot of credit to Alex Atkins, and is continually one of the more forgotten players, or not players, coaches in this discussion.
I agree. And look, for what it's worth, I'm going to get so ripped alive for saying this. If I'm a team that has Alabama on the schedule and has Florida State on that same schedule, I'm more worried about Florida State because of Alex Atkins. They returned Jordan Travis. Jordan Travis took a massive leap forward under Atkins in that offense. Their offensive line got better. They run the ball effectively. They got playmakers on the outside. He got what's your boy from the tight end from South Carolina,
Jaheim Bell.
Jaheim Bell. Dude, they might be. I'm telling you right now, Alex Atkins single-handedly, like Mike Norvell should get on his knees and pray to the good Lord above that Alex Atkins is at Florida State. What he's done with a team of nobodies and transformed a bunch of 3-stars, and Joe, they're going to be a top 5 team preseason. And do they deserve that? I think that they do deserve that. I'm not saying that they don't. But like I said in the beginning of the show, and I'll say it again here, at the end of all of it, like, so if Florida State wins the ACC and somehow beats LSU, they beat Clemson, they beat all these teams, he's going to be the hottest guy on the market. And I think I have him too low. I think 5's too low. But at the same time, there were times last season, a.k.a. Florida, where he couldn't put them away, right? Like, they could not put an SEC team away. Same thing happened with LSU. So the 2 toughest games, arguably, they played outside of Clemson. Joe, he was below subpar. So the only thing that I would say about Alex Atkins is if you're only able to score 24 points against, let's call it what it is, 2 new head coaches who are working through things defensively, if that's what I kind of sit back a little bit like, bro, did Alex Atkins really do that great of a job, or is the ACC that bad? So that's why I place him at 5, because I'm like, man, the 2 toughest teams you played defensively were from the SEC, and they kind of wiped the floor with you at times.
That's actually a really good point. I'm going to be the first one to sit here and say this, that a lot of his success does come from the fact that the ACC stinks. There is not a lot of very competitive defenses that he is facing on a week-to-week basis, and a lot of their weaker games were against the best opponents on the schedule. But what is always really telling to me of a good offensive coordinator is what happens in the portal. You know, if a guy's been established and he's been there, who does he attract? And you just mentioned a laundry list of guys that they have attracted. And then on top of that, the biggest aspect of this, attracting Jordan Travis to return to come play for one more season, because he was so satisfied.
I don't think he had a choice.
He could have declared. He wouldn't have gone very high, but he could have declared, or he could have gone in the portal. My point here is that to have all that, to bring all that back, to bring all that in, means that there's confidence by the guys that were playing in the offense, and then outside onlookers saying that I want to be a part of that. That, like, Jaheim Bell, adding him into the mix is going to be really fun for a creative guy like Atkins to get him into the mix. I think that this, there's a really even higher ceiling than what they finished last year, which was 16th in total offense. They're going to be better next year. I really do believe that offensively Florida State gets better.
So, look, I agree with you. I think that they'll be better as a whole. I just don't know if they'll be better as a team, right? Like me. So what do I mean by that? They lost a couple of running backs. They lost an offensive lineman. I think they get better there. I think they're going to be a really good team. Defensively, they're going to be really good. I think that their strength, Florida State's strength, defensively. They have the best,
too, especially.
They have the best 1-2 punch in Jared Verse and the The big white
Braden Fisk.
hope, Braden Fisk.
Braden Fisk.
Okay. There you go. So if you got Fisk and Verse on the outside, one inside, one outside, that is deadly. I got to see him do it against SEC teams again before I'm going to crown him of anything.